Good afternoon, everybody. Let me know if you are here. I think I'm live. I haven't seen it come up on my computer yet. Yay! It now says that I'm live. So, welcome to a cold winter day. Last week I put this up and it's certainly no better. So it's cold outside. So we'll take that away and try to do something today that makes us warm and fuzzy and think of spring. So it seems like the whole country is under some kind of winter storm watch, except for Florida. My sister reminded me this morning when I talked to her that it was 81 degrees down there. So that's always something to think about. Hi, Nancy. How are you doing? Do you have snow yet? We are now bracing for, I think it's at 8 to 12 or 8 to 14 inches of snow, starting later, maybe 5 o'clock, 5:30. So that's what it's showing. And you know that it's bad when your beautician texts you in the morning the day before an appointment and tells you that she might be thinking of canceling tomorrow, which would be okay with me, because to get where I need to go, I have to go down a hill, up a hill, and down another hill to get to what we call the valley. So it's certainly not something I would be looking forward to. So if we get that much snow, I'm sure that she will be canceling tomorrow. So I think I can get along. I can get along with that. Certainly don't want to not be safe. So anyway, thanks for joining in, and I will give you an idea of what we're going to do today. And before I do that, just a reminder that 13 days remain from today for celebration. It ends on February 28th. And I guess the best part about that is that we're going to have one in the summertime in July and August, so that the weather will be good, because I had my first in-home workshop last week, and there was no snow in the forecast, just a little bit. Well, let me tell you, by the time I left that location, which was about an hour and 15 minutes away, it was pretty icy-dicey driving on the way home. So I'm actually looking forward to a summer celebration, because we always get the nasty stuff. Hi, Gloria. I'm so glad you're here. I think you're going to like what I'm going to show today. You will like it a lot. So anyway, celebration will end on February 28th. And the mini catalog obviously goes through June, January to June. And let me show you what I'm going to showcase today. I just got this stamp set. Thank you, Gloria, for encouraging me. It's on page 21 in the mini catalog, and it's the Wrapped Bouquet stamp set. Hey, Fran, how are you doing? Thank you. And when I saw this at the beginning, I thought, I don't need that. I don't need more flowers. I've got lots of flowers. Why do I need it? But anyway, I did get this, and this is the stamp set that I'm going to use today. We can always have bouquets of flowers, because not all of the flowers that are in the catalog are a bouquet that you can put together, maybe like this. So let's get started. And I have pre-done most of the work ahead of time, but I want to show you the little intricacies of this stamp set that make it so unusual and so nice. Okay, these are the stamps in the set. There's one that's already wrapped in newspaper, one that is not. Here's a newspaper image. I don't know if you see through the glare. And some nice sentiments. Love you bunches, Happy Mother's Day, thanks friend for you. This can be anything. Thinking of you, happy birthday, whatever you want a sentiment to be from another stamp set. The dies that are with this, and this bundle is, I believe, $47.50. So with just a little bit more, you could get something to go with Celebration. But these are the dies. Let's see, I think I put them all back on here except for the one that I want to show you, which is where did I put that? It's the little square. Okay, it's gone missing because it's on the table somewhere. But anyway, you've got your floral images, some leaves, little flowers, and the little square. Here it is, that's right here. This is the little square that creates the newspaper wrapping. And it's so clever. It's got score lines in it already. So that's the part that I'm going to actually stamp and show you how to put together. So let's put this back in here. So it's got a little notch here on the one end. So I've cut out several of these already so that you can see what it looks like. I don't know if you can see the score lines on it, but it makes it very easy for you to wrap it. So let's do this first. And I'm going to use basic gray for the newspaper, and this is the image. You can't really read it, but you can tell that it's a newspaper columns. So I'm going to use basic gray on this. And I guess I didn't show you the card that I'm going to make yet. So I need to do that because I think you'll like it a lot. So stamp, stamp, stamp. Okay, so let's put this here. Doesn't need to be exact because it's all going to get wrapped up anyway. And doesn't even need to be straight. You need to turn it over and stamp the other side. Although you really don't see the inside, but just in case, I'm going to stamp it anyway. Hi, Carol. Thanks for joining. So there we go. So that part is done. And I have already stamped and cut out this floral image that we're going to use today. Now, back to this. There's a little notch here at the bottom, so I'm going to fold back on that and fold back on this one up at the top. So these two little ones get folded back. And actually, I'm going to kind of massage this a little bit so that it's more like a newspaper. And this is one of those where you really don't care if it smears a little bit. In fact, I think I'm going to add a little bit of smoky slate to the edges and use one of the blending brushes. So we've got, just to rough it up a little bit. Okay, so back to this. Fold the notched ones back, those two little ones on the edge, and then fold it in the center, and then fold the diagonal one over. Okay, so let me do that again. The two notched ones fold back, fold it in the center, and fold this over. So I guess we need a little bit of coloring on the back part too, because that part you do see. Okay, now let's do some glue dots to hold these down. And take my little, take your pick tool And add some glue dots to these little notched ones on the side. Oops, it sticks to the little tool. Okay, so there we go with that, and then fold this over, add another glue dot here. So I hope you all had a happy Valentine's Day. It was a little quiet here. Not a lot going on. I guess we were all bracing for the snowstorm. I thought we were to get more snow today, so I went to the store yesterday to stock up on things, but I think I'll need it more for tomorrow. So there we've got our little newspaper. And now this is the floral image that's going to go inside that. And I have some Stampin' blends here, and I'm going to start with my favorite. I just always gravitate for some reason to Calypso Coral. I don't know what kind of flowers are actually coral. So I'm going to color these in. I do have one colored, but I wanted to start this to show you the colors that I'm using, and add some dark around the edges, and then I'll go fill that in again. So I don't know, again, I don't know what flowers are actually orange, but in the stamping world, they can be any color you want. So these are going to be Calypso Coral. Again, that's just one of my favorite colors to go to. I've replaced my Calypso Coral Stampin' blends numerous times. There we go. And we're going to have some yellow or so saffron for these flowers in the center. And I'll do a couple of these. And I'm not going to finish all of those. And I like to have some purple. Purple looks good with orange, or the orangey coral tones. So this is light Highland Heather, excuse me. Light Highland Heather. Okay, so now with the magic of television, I have one that's already colored. So there we've got the Calypso Coral, Highland Heather, some So Saffron, and I touched a little bit on the greenery with some, I think I used mint macaron on this one. My sample is a little bit different. So before I start putting this together, let me show you the finished card. Here we go. So I've already cut out some of the greenery that will go in the back. There are no stamps for these, but they do have texture to them. All of the greenery has texture. And I've cut out this one with a little bit different colors of green. This is Old Olive. So let's see what we've got here. I've got a piece of basic white cardstock that is 11 by 4 1/4, scored in the center at 5 1/2. And on the front of that, I'm going to put a piece of petal pink cardstock that I have already run through the Big Shot. Oops, excuse me. Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Sorry about that. With the Scripty 3D embossing folder, because it's got the script on it, so it looks a little bit like newspaperish, if that's a word. So let's add some liquid adhesive there, some green glue. I do like to use the liquid adhesive on textured things because the adhesive gets down into those little crevices and cracks in there. Okay, I'm going to add that to the front. Hey Nicole, how are you doing? Thanks for stopping in. Are you getting cold weather in the Carolinas there? Okay, next I'm going to put the floral image, let's get back in the screen here, inside the little wrapped flowers are going to go inside the newspaper. So to do that, I'm going to just add another glue dot to the bottom of the flowers so that that fits down in there. Okay, so now we've got our wrapped bundle. And now let's get some of these little greenery bits here. I die cut a whole bunch of them so I can figure out which ones I really want to use. And I do think I'm going to like these lighter colors of Pear Pizzazz and Soft Seafoam with this instead of the darker Old Olive that I used on the first sample, because this was the first one that I made. So I'm going to switch colors. I think I like that a little bit better. And I'm just going to add some adhesive. I don't have my, this is the old snail adhesive that we don't carry any longer. I'm just going to put that on the back and then build this up and add some greenery to the back, just like they do with the florist. And kind of mix these up. Oh, you guys have rain down there? Are you going to get any ice? I hope not, because that's bad. Back to the weather again for a minute. When I talked to my daughter, well, we didn't talk today because we were just texting, because actually they have no power. And let's see, how do I want to do this? It's a little bit different. They're in Arlington, Texas. We were much warmer in Ohio today than they are. And they were in, what was it? It was like wind chill of 13 below. And that just never happens. So that's near there between Dallas and Fort Worth. And it's just terrible. The dog wouldn't even go outside. Poor baby. But the last that we had any contact, because I know she's probably trying to save power on her cell phone, the house was down to about 60 degrees. The power had been out since, what did I say? 6 o'clock or so. And then where my grandson lives, about an hour and a half away, their power had been out for much longer. So it's just not a good situation. Okay, I'm not sure I like this a whole lot, changing the colors. I'll have to see. We'll get an idea here. I thought they would look better together than they do, but it's going to go together here. Okay, we need some more glue dots. It just seems that the weather is taking over everything. And the glue dots aren't cooperating. Okay, I think that's enough. What do you think? So, which do you like? The old olive sample? Let's get back in the screen here. There we go. Old olive or the mix of the colors? I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. Okay, so this is going to go on the card with, okay, this is a product that I loved when we first got them, but I haven't really used them. And these are the square vellum doilies. And I just thought that would be a real cute addition to the back of this. It just really classes it up a little bit. So I'm just going to add some adhesive right in the center. I don't need to put anything on the edges of this, just some liquid glue. Because nobody's going to see that if it oozes through any of those holes. And that will hold down. Then I'm going to put some adhesive dimensionals on the back of this. And this will also help to hold on those little greenery images on the back. Okay, let's hope that that phone call is not important, because it just called back again. That's my house phone, since I have my cell phone on Do Not Disturb after the fiasco of a few weeks ago. If it rings again, I might have to go and look to see who it is. Okay, so let's add this here. Oh, I like this a lot. So, what do you think? Oops, forgot something. See if I can fix it. What did I forget? I think I can pick that up. Yep, I can do it. Okay, we need to add some linen thread. And on the original one, I used white twine. So on this one, I'm going to use the linen thread. Add a little knot here. And let's see, now I've got too many little piles of things here. The little For You went missing. Where did it go? Okay, well, this one's not going to have a For You on it. I can add it later. So there we've got a nice little linen thread bow. I like that better than the white too. And that needs a glue dot underneath. Thanks, Nancy. I'm not sure. No, my sister already knows that she is not to call me between 3 and 4 on Mondays. We've already talked. So, okay, here we go. This one doesn't have a For You on it. Whoops, here we go. And this one does. I do like the different colors of greenery now that it gets on top of the petal pink. So, a couple more things to do. And that is to stamp on the inside. There, now I found the For You, but I'm going to leave it and put it on later. And use Memento ink and put a little bit of the floral image for the inside of the card. Okay, just down in the corner. Perfect. And while I'm doing that, I'm also going to stamp a little bit on the edge of the envelope. Down in the corner. And if you stick around, I've got a little hint on a new pen that I've been using when I address envelopes. So let's color this very quickly. Thanks, Patty. Thanks for joining. Okay, I'll try to hurry up on this. With just the edge of it. And fill in with the light. Again, back with my favorite Calypso Coral. And add some yellow. I won't put another sentiment in here. I'll have to figure out which one I'm going to use. Okay, this is just lightly coloring, not really paying good attention here, but I think that's good. And a little bit of purple on these flowers. Does anybody else have this set out there? Nancy, do you have this set yet? I know Gloria does. So let's add some adhesive here. And the reason that you want to add a separate sheet on the inside of your card is that the alcohol markers do bleed through. So if you stamped directly on your card base, you would risk having color come through on the back, and you don't want that to happen. There, I found the little For You tag, so let's add that. I can get that through the hole here. Good grief. Just like threading a needle, which I do have trouble doing these days with not failing eyesight, but just old eyes, I guess. Okay, there we go. So now I can make another little knot. That really adds a lot when I put the For You on there. There we go. And that needs to be trimmed down a little bit. So we've got the inside, add a sentiment later. And one more thing is the envelope. And when you color on an envelope using alcohol markers, put some kind of protective sheet in there. This happens to be one of the sheets that's left from the designer paper. Just put it in there as a cushion so that your colors, again, don't bleed through. So I'm not going to color this one right now. I will show you the one that I've already done. And so there's the envelope that I took a little bit more time to color. And I put a little bit of shading around the flowers. So that's the finish there. And a few weeks ago, well, I guess this was before Christmas, I learned about these pens, and I don't know if you want to write this down someplace. It's Pipe Pilot, and it's called Frixon, F-R-I, and then a big X, O-N. I don't know if you can see that here. Frixon. Does that look? There we go. Clicker. And I got these from Amazon. They're erasable. And oh my gosh, these are awesome. And so if I were to address this to someone, I'm just gonna put someone on here. How many times have you made a mistake on one of your good, I'd say Stampin' Up! Envelopes or any envelope, and you've made a mistake and you don't want to throw the envelope away, especially after you've done all the decorating on it, for heaven's sakes. And this erases. And it does a fabulous job. So you can erase, nobody will see that, especially if you're gonna go back over it. And I love these, I just love them. The only thing you don't wanna do is to write a check with one of these pens. But other than that, this is great. What do you mean, Nancy? Wow, and you're just showing this now? I know. I've been thinking about it, and they're just awesome. They come in other colors too. Red, blue, I think. I'm not sure, green. But check it out on Amazon. Awesome. Awesome pens to have. And I think I learned about it when I was watching somebody else's video, and she wanted to make a line on her card for whatever, maybe she didn't have a pencil handy, and that's where I learned about these pens. So of course I went right to Amazon. Woohoo! I had to have them, and they're great. They really write nice too, and erase. So there's your next Amazon purchase, guys. It's great to have. So here we go for today. We've got, this is the one that I made today. I'm trying to stay in the camera range here. And I know I'm going to make a lot more of these. I've got a different one in mind that I will hopefully make later this evening. And then this was the first one that I did. Basically the same, just with old olive in the back. And then this one had pear pizzazz and soft sea foam. And all that's left is my famous shaker stuff with shimmer paint and alcohol. And to shimmer this, normally I would also add there. Oh, that really makes it good to add the shimmer paint. And there we go. Normally I would add some bling. Does it need bling? Pearls would be good with this too. So let's try a couple pearls and then we'll be ready to sign off. I don't think you get bling on your flowers from the florist, but that's okay. You get bling on your flowers from Stampin' Up. There we go. What do you think? Bling? I like. The pens, they come in boxes of 12, I believe. The box of them is upstairs. 10 or 12, but I think 12. And they're not really expensive. Not for what they do, I don't think. It makes a nice little gift. I was giving them away to people too. So, yay. Great. Now I just need to add some bling to the next one. And so Bling is always good, bling or no bling. All right, everybody. Thank you. I like the bling too. That really adds a lot. And pearls are good. Pearls are real feminine. I like that. Okay, I will have these posted on my blog either tonight or tomorrow. I've got a blog post I've not finished yet. And there is my blog, patstamper.typepad.com. And if you place an order, whoops, take that one away. If you place an order, there's my February host code, or you can just go to my online store and place an order. So I'm glad everybody came today. It's just one of those days where we need to stay in and stamp. So have a great week. Stay safe, stay healthy, and probably if you're around here, stay off the road. So I will see you all next week. Thanks for stopping by. Bye-bye.